Blood Sacrifice Oracles, The Legend of Shadow Reincarnation. Chapter 1, The Blood of Daybreak. In the twilight of the Selen continent, everything gradually fell asleep, but in the depths of the Shadow Forest, a crimson figure flickered like a ghostly fire. Blood Clan priest Rinya wielded a dagger and a staff and stalked quietly through the moonlit woods. The left hand is a dagger, and the right hand is a staff, and it is both bloodletting and bloodshed. Rinya whispered to himself, his voice as cold as an ice blade. Blood flowed at his fingertips, and the balance of life and death danced in his hands. Since childhood, Rinya has never been satisfied with a single path. The assassin's stealth skills, he practiced them to perfection, the tenacious defense of the shield battle, he resolved it with wisdom and positioning, a mage's high-level magic, who holds the mysteries of psychic attacks and curses, the oracle priest is blessed with light, and he transforms into a dark curse and a necromantic summon. Assassins? Shield battles? Mage? Oracle priests? Well, these professions are just introductory courses in my eyes. Rin Knight's eyes were fixed on the campfire ahead, and a newborn adventuring party was sitting around talking and laughing. These players are regulars in the game world, all full of confidence, boasting to each other about how invincible their skills are, but they don't know that the real king is hiding in the shadows. I don't care about becoming a great god, standing at the top and killing all my life, that kind of ambition is too shallow. Rin Knight has a bigger goal in mind, to unlock the secrets of this game world, shake the foundations of all NPCs, and become the master of it all. Run. Chapter 2, The Beginning of the Blood Oath. Memories flood in, and Rinya grew up in the Blood City state of Red Blood Castle, where the people of the clan use blood as a contract and control powerful blood magic. At the order of the Patriarch, he was sent to the game of the human world for training. Instead of the amazement and horror of other players, he saw another reality in the virtual world. A dagger in your left hand, a staff in your right hand. This is my life and my destiny. He was intertwined with his mother's vows to shed the last drop of blood. In the game, Rin meets three important companions, the calm and rational archer Lola, the hot-blooded shield battle Jules, and the clever mage Ran. They each embark on a journey with different goals, but they are all drawn to the unfathomable power of the night. What kind of being are you? Jules was snatched away from his hatred again and again by the night, and he could only be suspicious. I'm not existing, I'm Storm. The knight smiled back, and the dark curse was about to move around him. Chapter 3, The Prelude to the Dark Poems. Rin Knight's main quest isn't just about fighting monsters and leveling up, he discovers that the game hides an ancient dark poem, a secret that records the origin and end of this world. He decided to delve into the Forbidden Abyss copy alone. There are no friendly NPCs here, just all-engulfing darkness. Rin Knight unleashed a skill never seen before, blood gushed like a tide with a dagger swing, spells cast by the staff pierced the spirits of enemies, and the necromancer crawled out of the darkness, sending all enemies down with a curse. However, it is not just monsters hidden in the abyss, there is also a sealed truth, this game world is not purely virtual, but exists in an ancient and mysterious parallel time and space. Rin Knight's heart stirred up, if it wasn't the player who controlled the world, but a higher level being, how could he rewrite his fate? Chapter 4, Soul Locks and Betrayal. Back in reality, Rinya unexpectedly receives an invitation from the mysterious organization Soul Lock Order. This order specializes in studying the real-world architecture within the game and trying to control the actions of NPCs. We know your potential, Knight. With us, the future is limitless. But Rin Knight knows that this is just a game of control and betrayal. He secretly observed, and found that the internal strife within the order was fierce, and the power struggle was in full swing. At this moment, three of his companions were taken in by the order, and they faced a crossroads of choice. Lola chooses to stick to her beliefs, Jules is attracted by the order's resources, and Ran is scheming and chooses to become a double agent. In despair, Rinya realizes that the truth of the game world is far more complex than he thinks, and if he wants to change everything, he must first dismantle the Soul Lock Order. Chapter 5, The Cycle of Blood and Shadow. Rin Knight unleashed his unique tactics, using the assassin's stealth and spiritual curses to slowly dismantle the order's foundations. He used both the power of necromancy and blood sacrifice to create a never-before-seen dark sanctuary. The battle climaxes at the Order's headquarters, a giant blood-red castle that floats in the void. Rinya is facing his former comrades, but also his current enemies. In a bloody duel, Rinya outwitted and revealed the final secret of the Order. It turns out that the leader of the Order is an ancient NPC sealed by the system and has the ability to control the rules of the game. It's not the end, it's a new beginning. Rin Knight stared at the leader, her eyes burning with boundless ambition. Chapter 6, The Mystery Code and the Manipulation of Fate. Rin Knight breaks the ancient NPC seal and gains the power of a partial control system. He harnessed this power and began to rewrite the laws of the game world. NPCs are no longer cold machines, but self-aware beings. Rinya became the guide of these spirits, holding the balance between darkness and light. The boundary between the real and the unreal is finally defined by me, he said. Inside and outside the game, Rin Knight becomes a legend. He is known as the Oracle of Blood Sacrifice, the one who can dance with a dagger in his left hand and a staff in his right hand and change everything. Chapter 7, Death and Rebirth. When the dust settles, Rinya stands at the top, but he knows that the real journey has just begun. The world is full of infinite possibilities, and his ambition never stops. Become a god? That's just a bystander's dream. My goal is to be the creator who controls everything. The setting sun stained the Selene continent red, and the cycle of blood unfolded again. The legend of the cold night will never be erased in this endless darkness and light. Chapter 8, The Awakening of the Void Rift. After Rinya mastered the system laws of the game world, she accidentally triggered a void rift that she had never seen before. This rift is like a bottomless black vein, connecting the game world to the deeper multiverse. From the cracks, there was a cold, invisible whisper, an unknown ancient power calling for the night. This force is neither good nor malice, but transcends good and evil. It's the power that transcends the system. Rin Knight's eyes flickered, the dagger in her left hand slashed through the air, and the staff in her right hand pointed straight into the depths of the rift. An unprecedented challenge awaits him, not only the game world, but also the order he controls will be redefined. Chapter 9, The Oath of the Soul Weaver. The power of the rift continues to permeate, changing NPCs and players on the continent of Selene. Some people lose control and become berserk monsters, while others gain unprecedented abilities. Rin Knight realizes that he must find the Soul Weaver, an ancient being who can weave the thread of soul and destiny and master the origin of the rift. Deep in the dark forest, he reunites with Lola. Lola has become a soul archer, able to weave a web of the void with her bow and arrows to resist the erosion of the rifts. In the dead of night, we can't fight alone. Lola's words were as soft as the wind, but firm. The two embark on a journey to find the Soul Weaver, encountering many mutated NPCs and phantom enemies spawned from the rifts, and each battle is a test of Rin Knight's wits and strength. Chapter 10, The Choice of Shattering Fate. In a lost ancient temple, Rinya finally meets the Soul Weaver, a mysterious woman named Shadow Pattern. Her eyes are like an abyss, and she can see through the threads of time. Knight, you have shaken the foundation of fate, and your next choice will determine the future of the world. Shadow Stripe said softly. The Soul Weaver tells him that the appearance of the rift is not an accident, but a sign of the gradual merging of the game world with the real world. If the rift is not sealed, the two worlds will completely disintegrate. Cold Knight faces a difficult choice. 1. Seal the rift, maintain order between the two realms, and sacrifice some of your strength and freedom. 2. Merging the two worlds to bring the world to a new stage that could bring destruction or rebirth. He knows that every option represents a huge change and risk. Chapter 11, The Last Melody of the Blood Sacrifice. The decision has been made, and Rinya chooses to merge the two worlds. This will allow the NPCs in the game to truly become conscious beings, and the players will become deeper beings. During the fusion ritual, he wielded a dagger and staff, pouring his blood and dark energy into the void rift. Dead spirits surround you, and curses and blessings are intertwined at the same time. Jules and Ran, former enemies, finally choose to side with the knight and help him complete this epic blood sacrifice. The cracks begin to shrink, but the rules of the whole world also begin to disintegrate and reorganize. The sky of the celestial continent shimmered with strange light, and time and space seemed to flow at the fingertips of the night. Chapter 12, The Prologue of the New Era. After the fusion is complete, Rinya stands in the middle of a new world. NPCs have gained true souls, and they are no longer programmed beings, but free will beings. The line between the player and the NPC blurs, and the world becomes vivid and unpredictable. The legend of the blood sacrifice oracle in the cold night has become an immortal chapter in the hearts of all life. I'm not a god, I'm a myth of this world. Rinya said with a smile, the dagger in her left hand and the staff in her right hand still in her hand, the blood and the power of darkness still rolling. The continent of Saren ushered in a new dawn, and the story of the cold night will continue to circulate in this endless time. Chapter 13, The Dark Tide of the Spiritual Rift. After the beginning of the new era, the oracle of the blood sacrifice of the night made the world freer, but the problems that came with it continued to surface. The line between the spiritual and physical realms is becoming increasingly blurred, and many of the released souls cannot rest in peace, turning into a dark tide that threatens the peace of the continent. Rinya has to face this new question, how to maintain order in an open and free world. He gathered his former friends and the newly born soul leaders to form the Spirit Watcher, and began to study the rift in the spirit world, trying to reconcile the conflict between the spirit world and the material world with the wisdom of blood sacrifice. Chapter 14, The Covenant in the Fog. In the depths of the spirit world, Rinya encounters another ancient force, the Guardians of the Mist, a group of beings who guard the balance of the spirit world. The Guardians make a pact to Rinya, to help them seal the gates of the spirit realm that are about to shatter and prevent the world from falling into chaos. This negotiation is full of suspense, and it is necessary to strike a balance between freedom and order in order to ensure peace between the two worlds. In the name of the blood sacrifice oracles, he forged an alliance with the Guardians of the Mists to guard the future of this new world. Chapter 15, The Ultimate Duel Between Blood and Light. However, peace is only scratching the surface. Awakened from the depths of darkness, a long-sealed ancient blood king, Flame Immortal, returns to the world and vows to reshape the world with fire and blood. Flame Styx challenges the authority of the night, and the two embark on a final showdown that will determine the fate of the world. Rin Knight stabbed the depths of the soul of the flame with a dagger in her left hand, summoned an army of necromancy with her right staff, and cast a complex spiritual curse in a fierce battle. Eventually, with a perfect combination of wisdom and strength, Rin Knight defeated the flame Stygian and cemented the foundation of the new world. Chapter 16, The Legacy of Eternal Blood. After the war, Rinya realizes that her power and responsibility no longer belong to her, but to the common property of all life on this land. He sealed the dagger in his left hand and the staff in his right hand at the altar of the holy blood in the center of the celestial continent, and became a sacred object worshipped by the world. Rinya has become the guardian spirit of the blood sacrifice to protect this free and complex new world in the form of a spirit. His lore is no longer about killing or strength, but about wisdom, sacrifice and protection. Postscript. Rin Knight, a full-class priest of the bloodline, with a dagger in his left hand and a staff in his right hand, has grown from an arrogant assassin to a myth who controls the laws of the entire game world. He broke the boundaries of his profession, combining the stealth of assassins, the resistance of shield warfare, the magic of mages, and the oracles of priests to create an oracle of blood sacrifice like never before. His ambition is not only to become a god in the game, but also to rewrite the fate of the world and control the reincarnation of fate and soul. In the tug of freedom and order, he chooses to be a true guardian and transform strength into wisdom and peace. Blood Priest, The Legend of Shadow Reincarnation is more than just a game story, it's a profound interpretation of growth, choice, and responsibility. In the future, the celestial continent will always remember the legendary oracle priest who swears by blood and dances with shadows.